hope your weekend was amazing, and I hope your Monday was even better. Today I wanted to upload this look that I actually recorded on Saturday, but over the weekend things just got kind of busy. Life, of course, got busy, and so I wasn't able to have it up for you guys on Saturday or Sunday. So I'm shooting for late tonight. But if you want to see how I got this bluish greenish look that was loosely inspired by my contact lenses, then please keep watching. And if you enjoy, please like, subscribe, and drop me a comment down below. So first we're going in with the Hard Candy Glamourage Concealer, like I always do, in the shade Tan. I actually uploaded an eyebrow tutorial. I uploaded that on Saturday. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, then you can just go and check that out. That's why my brows are already done, because I put a detailed, hopefully helpful tutorial up on how I do my brows. And so next I'm actually going in with the BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis palette, and I'm using the shades Canyon and Dune. Canyon is more so my complexion, and Dune is a little bit darker, just to give it like a touch of warmth to the crease for my transition shade. And now I'm going in with the shade Nightscape. This shade was actually at first pretty difficult to blend out, and I believe it was because of the brush that I was using. It wasn't really a blending brush. It was, I don't know how to explain it. It was like domed, but it wasn't as fluffy and as flexible is the word I'm looking for. It wasn't as flexible as a blending brush. So I left this part in the process of me trying to work it through, but I honestly don't think it was a shadow, because once I switched, as you can see here, to the V5 blending brush, which is the blending brush I swear by, it blended out beautifully. And my eyelid was actually pretty dry too, so I think that kind of made it difficult for me to work with the eyeshadow. But after I figured it out, a little trial and error, I thoroughly enjoyed the shadow. It's beautiful. I love the way it blended out eventually. And now I'm cutting my crease with, again, the Hard Candy Glamourage Concealer. I really love this concealer. I wanted to leave this portion completely in because, like I said in a previous video, I do have hooded eyes, and I know a lot of people have difficulties when they have hooded eyes trying to figure out how to get certain eyeshadow looks. I know I struggled with it for quite a while. I will watch tutorials of girls with, normal eyes, deep set eyes, and their eyeshadow will look amazing. And when I tried their techniques on my eyes, it never worked. I couldn't get my lid colors to stand out. So I like to leave in these parts to really show like how I extend my lid, so that my lid colors do really, show up and pop out. And here I'm actually going in with the BH Cosmetics Aurora Lights palette, and this is a very pretty, very shimmery silver shade in the palette. I really love it. I did dim my lights. I want to let y'all know I did dim my lights, but I still feel like it washed me out. I don't know. I have to figure something out. And so now I'm going in with this shade from the Aurora palette, Glowing, which is a really pretty, it's like a green, kind of like a light green. It's a really nice shade. The pigmentation in this palette I absolutely adore. And I actually went over applying all my shimmer shades dry first, as I always do. And then I'll go in later in the video. You'll see me go over them with a damp brush. Here I'm applying the shade Australis. If you know how to pronounce that, leave me a comment. But I only applied that to the end of the eye. And here, like I said, I'm just going over every shade with a damp brush. I don't soak the brush, but I do get it pretty wet. And then I just go over it. I feel like it smooths the shadows out and it makes them pop a little bit more. And so now I'm just touching every shade back up. So I went in with Flashing. Now I'm going in, touching up Glowing. And then I'll go and touch up Australis. Y'all gotta tell me how to say that, because I'm having difficulties with that word. But yeah, that's all I'm doing here. I'm just touching up all the shadows. And here I'm actually using, this brush was, I don't know how to describe this brush. I want to say a detailing brush, but it isn't as thin and it is quite fluffy. But it is small. But I applied the shade Magnetic from the Aurora Lights palette, and it's like a deep blue to blend out the edges of that cut crease, I guess you could say. But then I didn't like how it was blending it out, so I actually took a damp liner brush and went over it to give me a bit more of a liner look, like precision. I guess you could say I wanted precision. I wanted kind of like a sharpness to it. And now I'm just going over that same line with the shade Polar to give me like this icy, bright blue liner, I guess you could say. I really enjoyed this shadow as well. It's very, very, very pretty. It's such a pretty shadow, and I believe it's like a topper shade. I believe it's meant to be placed on top of other eyeshadows, or however you will. But it's pretty sheer on its own, so I would definitely say use it on top of a base color. And now, as you can see, I'm just going in, I'm touching up all my shadows yet again. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing here, just touching up everything, making sure everything stands out. The line, that Polar got pretty messy, the line of it, so I wanted to go back in with every brush and just make sure that it was kind of crisp how I wanted it to look. And now I'm going in with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation in the shade Y455. As of recently, this has been my favorite foundation. Like, I've really been reaching for it, and like I said before, I'm a drugstore girl, but I'm definitely gonna go and buy this again. I really enjoy it. As you can see here, I tried to go in with the Real Techniques beauty sponge first and not do my normal technique, which is what you see now, me wiping it on with the brush and painting on my foundation. But when I used the blender by itself, I really didn't like it, so I went ahead back to what I know worked for me, and I applied it with the brush, and now you see me blending it out like I always do with that sponge again. Now I'm just going in with the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Cool Tan and the L'Oreal True Match in the shade N455. That Cool Tan I applied under my eyes, around my nose, and around the edges of my mouth. And then I also added the L'Oreal True Match just under my eyes because it is a bit brighter, and I wanted a bit more of a brightening effect under my eyes. But, you know, not around like my mouth and around my nose. I didn't need it in those areas. So now you see me just blending it out. I'm using this really petite Real Techniques sponge, and you see my son making his YouTube debut in the background. I was editing this, and I was like, I'm gonna keep him in because I thought it was just the cutest thing, him back there playing. And here I'm using the Rimmel London gel eyeliner. It's just in the shade black. It's just a really black. It's waterproof too, I believe, so it did really good in my waterline. I didn't have any running or anything like that, no raccoon eyes, so that's always a plus. And there's my son staring at me while I do my makeup. I'm going over my bottom lash line with the shades Magnetic and Australis from the Aurora Lights palette again to blend out that liner. And these are both shimmer shades. I did have a bit of a problem with the shimmer shades right under my eyes like that, but I mean, it was nothing that I didn't expect, because I guess because they're shimmer shades, I kind of expect them to break up. So they did that, and it didn't really bother me though. I went in with the Essence Lash Princess Mascara, my favorite, and now I'm just contouring with the BH Cosmetics Pro Contour Powder Palette. I've attempted to cream contour maybe twice in my life, but I'm not really good at it. It's something I need to practice on, so I always use the powder contour shades. But I'm seriously thinking about giving Cream contouring, another shot. It's something I feel like I need to learn. And here I'm going in with the BH Cosmetics Professional Blush Palette. These shades, like I've mentioned before, they don't have names. So this was more of like a corally brush. Didn't really pick up on camera as per usual. And here's the star of the show. I absolutely love this highlighter palette. I love all BH Cosmetics highlighter palettes, to be honest. I feel like they are beautiful, and I reach to them, like I reach for them more than I reach for my Wet n Wild, my Anastasia Beverly Hills. I really love the BH highlighting palettes. This one is beautiful. It's so amazing. And I went in with the shade Top It Off, and on lighter complexions I can tell that it would be more pinky, but on my complexion it comes off gold. It's like a duotone highlighter. It's so beautiful. If you haven't checked it out, I definitely recommend checking it out. They're so buttery, so easy to blend. Beautiful, beautiful highlighters. Here I'm just spritzing my face with the Province Beauty Rose Hibiscus Water, which you all should know by now that I get all my face mist from Marshall's. And I'm just going over my face here with the damp Real Technique sponge just to push all that product in. Since I did spritz my face, I want to make sure that powder and all those powder products are really pushed into my skin to give it more of a skin-like look. I'm just touching up my highlighter. I always do this after I spritz my face, just to add some extra glow, you know. This is one of my favorite liquid lipsticks by the brand Lip Slut. As you can see, it's the F Trump liquid lipstick. It is a very beautiful color. You know, I agree with the name, but I also agree with the color. And here I'm going in with the BH Cosmetics Illuminate by Ashley Tisdale Hibiscus Lip Gloss. This combination, I wouldn't really recommend, to be honest. On their own, they're beautiful. They feel comfortable, but something about the formulas together, they just felt really, really sticky. And honestly, after I took a few pictures and I posted, I didn't keep it on for 30 minutes. Like after 15, 20 minutes, I was wiping it off my lips. It was really uncomfortable. I think the formulas just didn't mesh well together. Here I'm just spritzing my face again. As you can see, I want to make sure, like I said, all that product is soaked into my skin well, and that it just looks like my face, even though we have so many layers on it. I want it to look like my skin, okay? And that is pretty much it. So that's it. The lashes I applied were LYX Lavish Lashes in the style Little Flirt, one of my absolute favorites. And what else did I do off camera? Yeah, that was it. I just applied my lashes off camera. I did that brow tutorial. If you have not checked it out, please check it out and leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really, really did enjoy this look. It's honestly one of my favorites that I've done so far, and a few people have told me that it's their favorite too. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you aren't, please subscribe, and if you can, check out my Instagram. All my links are below. Thank you. Have an awesome week, and I will see you guys in my next one.